Hi students. So this is differentiability concept. Okay. In previous class we discuss continuity. Okay. In this class we discuss differentiability. Okay. So already we know that what is the derivative. So in first PUC we studied the derivative of the some standard functions. So definition of the derivative of function. Okay. Just we recall that definition. Okay. So first of all we know that the definition 1. What is the definition 1? Definition 1. Suppose f is a real valued function. Suppose f is real valued function and the C is point in the domain. Point in the domain. Point in the domain. C is the point in the domain. Then the derivative of f. Then the derivative of f. Then the derivative of f at the point x equal to c is given by f dash of c equal to limit of h tends to 0 f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. F of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. So provided this limit exists. Provided limit exists. Limit exists. Okay. So already we know that this definition in first PUC. Suppose f is a real valued function and c be the point in the domain of that function. Then the derivative of f at the particular point x equal to c is given by f dash of c. This is a symbol of derivative. F dash of c is equal to limit of h tends to 0 f of c plus h minus f of a divided by h. Provided the limit should be exist. Limit should be exist is nothing but here the limit is exist. Okay. So this is one definition at the particular point x equal to c. Another definition is there. That is also definition 2. What is the definition? Same. Suppose f is real valued function. F is real valued function. Real valued function. Then derivative of f. Then derivative of f is given by, this is a not a particular point. F is limit that is f dash of x is equal to limit of x limit of h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Provided limit exists. Provided limit exists. Provided limit exists. Okay. So this is also one definition. Suppose f is a real valued function, then the derivative of f is given by f dash of x equal to limit of x tends to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h, provided the limit is exist. Okay. This definition is also called the first principle of derivative. The first principle of derivative. The first principle of derivative. So this definition is also called the first principle of derivative. So by using the first principle of derivative, we find some standard formula like sin x, the derivative of sin x, derivative of cos x, derivative of tan x, so on function. So this first principle of the derivative which helps to find the standard formula of the standard function. Is clear that? So already we know that these two definitions. Okay. So derivative is also denoted by f dash of x. This is also derivative. So dy by dx. This is also derivative. So y1 is said to be derivative. So y dash is also. This is first derivative. This is first principle of derivative. Nothing but this is a first order derivative. F dash of x, d by dx of f of x, or again this can be written as d by dx of f of x. It should be f dash of x. Both are same. Okay. So already we know that this definition. Okay. Then again we know that some standard formula like I can write some of the standard formula you studied in first PUC. Those are the first one, d by dx of what is the derivative of sin x? D by dx of sin x is equal to cos x, and the second one, d by dx of cos x is equal to derivative of cos x is minus sin x. This is trigonometric function. Third one, d by dx of tan x is equal to sec square x. Derivative of tan x is sec square x, plus fourth one, d by dx of cot x. The derivative of cot x is, already we know that, minus cosec square x. And fifth one, d by dx of sec x. The formula for sec x is sec x into tan x. And sixth one, derivative of d by dx of cosec x can be written as minus cosec x into cot x. These are the some derivative of the standard trigonometric quantity. Derivative of sin x, cos x, tan x, cot x, sec x, and cosec x. Okay, and the formula, this is very important. That is seventh one, d by dx of x raised to n. D by dx of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. This is the derivative of polynomial function. This is very important. Okay, and eighth one, d by dx of x. The derivative of x is 1. So ninth one, d by dx of the constant function should be 0. Already we know that. And tenth one, d by dx of that is constant into x. So that means only constant. So derivative of x should be 1. Okay, and also the 11th rule is u plus phi, its dash equal to addition of the derivative, that is u dash plus phi dash. Same as 12th one, u minus phi dash is equal to u dash minus phi dash. So 13th one, u into phi its whole dash equal to u into phi dash plus phi into u dash. So 14th one, u divided by phi its whole dash equal to phi into u dash minus u into phi dash divided by phi square is the formula. Okay, so already we know that the formula is first function plus second function. Derivative of first function plus second function is first function plus second function. Derivative of, so u minus v dash equal to u dash minus v dash. So dash is said to be derivative. So first function, second function, derivative of first function, second function is first function keep as it is, derivative of second function, plus second function keep as is, derivative of first function. Okay, the next 14th one, u by v whole dash. This is the denominator rule of derivative. So denominator into derivative of numerator minus numerator into derivative of denominator whole divided by denominator whole square. Is clear that these are the some basic formula for differentiation you already studied in first PUC. Okay, remembering this point, or else write this formulas. Okay, write down. Small theorem, that is, if a function f is differentiable at a particular point C, then it is also continuous at that same point, So the function is differentiable and the function should be continuous at the same particular point. This is one very simple example. So first we have to take the function is differentiable, then what we have to show that the function should be continuous at the same point x equal to C. Okay, so first suppose what is the given, suppose f is differentiable function, f is differentiable at the particular point x equal to C. Then the definition of differentiable function is f dash of C equal to limit of x tends to C, f of x minus f of C divided by x minus C, provided x is not is equal to C. Suppose x equal to C, the function should be not defined. So this is the another definition of the derivative function at the particular point x equal to C. So this definition will arrive from, already we know that limit of h tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. This is our the definition of the derivative function at x equal to c. So here in this function replace c plus h by x. Here the c plus h divided by x, replace c plus h should be f of x minus f of c divided by h should be h is equal to, so that is c plus h equal to s, here h equal to x minus c. By using this first principle we find this formula. Okay, this is also standard formula. Then this is differentiable function. Then what we have to show that this differential function should be continuous. Okay, that is first let us take f of x minus f of c. I can take f of x minus f of c, that is equal to, same keep as it is, f of x minus f of c, and one small adjustment, that is numerator and denominator is multiplied by x minus c into x minus c. Okay, so again x minus c get cancelled, the remaining step is 0. Okay, then apply the limit as x tends to c. Then apply the limit as x tends to c, we get apply the limit as x tends to c, we get limit of x tends to c, f of x minus f of c is equal to limit of x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c into x minus c. Okay, x minus c into x minus c. So then by using algebra of limit, so simplify this step, we'll get limit of f of x minus, this is difference between the limits, that is this can be written as limit of x tends to c, f of x minus limit of x tends to c, f of c equal to, I can write adjustment, small adjustment for the definition of the derivative function, limit of x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c into limit of x tends to c, x minus c. Okay, here this function as it is, limit of x tends to c, f of x as it is, minus this is f of c only, because we apply the limit as x tends to c, this is f of c. So that is equal to, here limit of this function, limit of x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c is the derivative function. What is the derivative? F dash of c. This whole function should be written as f dash of c into. Then apply as x tends to c. As x tends to c is nothing but this is 0. C minus c. It should be 0. Is clear that? 0. Then limit of x tends to c, f of x minus f of c is equal to 0. Okay, then f of c is shifted to right hand side. It will become limit of x tends to c, f of x equal to f of c. So already we know that this is the definition of the continuity of the function. A limit function is equal to constant function. The first definition, f of c is a constant function, this is limit function. So by using the differentiation, the derivative definition, we can solve this function should be continuous. So here limit function equal to constant function, then f is continuous. F is continuous at the point x equal to c. At the point x equal to c. So this is the procedure, students. Okay. So very simple it is. First we take a derivative function. Suppose f should be differentiable at the x equal to c. Then its definition is f dash of c equal to limit of x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c, where x is not equal to c. So this this formula will derive from this the derivative of the definition of the derivative at the particular point x equal to c. Is clear that? By using this, so I can take f of x minus f of c, then small adjustment, then apply the limit, then by using algebra of limit, simplification this step will get your final answer. So this is limit function is equal to constant function, thus the function should be continuous. Okay, write on this example. So by the previous theorem, what we have to conclude that In previous theorem, what we have to conclude that the every differentiable function is continuous. Every differentiable function should be continuous. In previous theorem, we conclude that this very important point. This is very important point, students. In previous theorem, we conclude that every differentiable function is continuous. Okay, but converse is not true. Converse of this statement is not true. This statement is not true. Converse of this statement is not true. That is nothing but the converse of this theorem. That is every continuous function need not be differentiable. Need not be differentiable. Okay, what is that? We conclude that every differentiable function is continuous as per previous theorem. But converse of this statement is not true. Converse is nothing but opposite. It's the every continuous functions need not be differentiable. Here every continuous function, so here every differentiable function should be continuous. But every continuous function need not be differentiable. Okay? For example, let us take f of x equal to mod x. F of x equal to mod x is already we know that as continuous at the point x equal to 0. Okay, this function should be continuous at every point x equal to 0. Okay, then we check this point. Okay, so already we know that the left hand derivative and right hand derivative. Here the left hand derivative this left hand derivative that is f dash of c equal to the left hand derivative f dash of c limit the left hand derivative, that is limit of h tends to 0 minus f of limit of h 0 means f of at the point x equal to 0, f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 divided by h. Okay, so that is equal to limit of h tends to 0 minus left hand rule. So f of x is nothing but mod x. So f of h is nothing but mod of h minus 0 divided by h. Okay, so that is equal to the corresponding the LHL or left hand derivative or LHL. Here mod x should be taken as a negative because LHL should be the modulus value is negative. Already we studied that. That is minus h by h is equal to minus 1. The left hand derivative is minus 1. And same as right hand derivative. RHT, right hand derivative, that is also same limit of h tends to 0 plus f of at the point x equal to 0, f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 divided by h is equal to, so limit of h tends to 0 plus f of 0 plus h, f of x is mod x, f of h is mod of x, sorry mod of this is h. Here 0 plus h is nothing but f of h, f of h is nothing but mod h. Okay, mod h minus 0 divided by this is h. So this is right hand derivative. Right hand side is nothing but the modulus function should be positive. The left hand side the modulus function should be mod h is minus h, and right hand derivative the mod h should be positive in right hand side, that is h divided by h is equal to 1. Here left hand derivative is not is equal to right hand derivative. Clear that left hand derivative is minus 1, right hand derivative is plus 1. Is clear that left hand derivative is not is equal to right hand derivative. Thus f is not differentiable. F is not differentiable at x equal to c. This is the some corollary. So we conclude that every differentiable function should be continuous. Is clear that? But its converse statement is not true. That is, every differentiable function is continuous, but every continuous function need not be differentiable. So this is the example. So mod x is continuous function. Already we know that. but the continuous function need not be differentiable. Is clear that? So write down this concept. Okay. Students, the next concept is derivative of composite function. So this is very important concept for 1 mark question. So here 1 mark question is there in this the concept, that is derivative of the composition of functions. Okay. So what is the derivative of composite function? Already we studied that. What is the composite function? So two or more functions are combined. Combining two or more functions, that is said to be composite function. So by using composite function, we derivative of the some standard function. We derive the standard function. Okay. So first we can say some basic concept about the derivative of composite function. Then we will go for examples. Okay. Let us take one example. F of x equal to 2x plus 1 its whole cube. Let's take one function. F of x equal to 2x plus 1 whole cube. So we know that we take f of x is equal to x square only. F of x equal to x square. So derivative of this function already we know that f dash of x equal to derivative of x square should be 2x. Already we know that. So this is some standard function. Here this is one standard function only. F of x equal to x square or y is equal to x square. So dy by dx equal to what do I write? This is 2 into x. So this is of the form x raised to n. What is the derivative of x raised to n? N into x raised to n minus 1. That is 2 into x raised to 2 minus 1. So this is standard function. This is unique standard function. In that again we can take y is equal to sum the function x cube plus 3x square plus x plus 1. This is also one unique standard function. So this function can be derivative of this function should be dy by dx is equal to derivative of x cube. This is of the form x raised to n. This is nothing but 3x square, because our formula is, what is that formula? X raised to n. Derivative of x raised to n should be n into x raised to n minus 1. So n is 3. 3 into x raised to 3 minus 1. Already first piece we have studied that. Okay. So here plus take 3 as it is. Derivative of x square is 2x plus derivative of x is 1 plus derivative of constant function 1 should be 0. Already we know that this is direct derivative. So that is equal to 3x square plus 6x plus 1. So this is the derivative of the function, the given function. Derivative of given function. So this is one unique function. But in this function f of x equal to this is 2x plus 1 whole cube function. 2x plus 1 whole cube function. So this is very simple, that is 3. By using binomial expansion we can expand this function by using binomial function, that is first function whole square a plus b whole cube. Formula a cube is nothing but 2x cube plus 3ab square. 3ab square is a square b, that is 2x whole square into b plus 3ab square 3ab square plus b cube as it is. This is one standard formula. Already we know that. That is equal to, what is that? What is that? The formula is 2x cube is nothing but 8x cube plus this is 4 4 3 is this is 2 2 is 4 4 3 is 12. That is 12x square plus 12x plus 1. This is one polynomial function. By using this is one polynomial function. Is clear that? So here this is your function f of x. Then derivative of this function. The derivative of this function should be, we can take f dash of x equal to take 8 as a common, derivative of x cube. Derivative of, what is the derivative of x cube? 3 into x square plus take 12 common, derivative of x square is 2x plus take 12 common, derivative of x is 1 plus derivative of 1 should be 0. Okay. Then f dash of x should be 8 3 is 24 x square plus 24x plus 12. Okay. In this function we take what is 6 as a common term. So this is 6x. 6. In this term 6 as a common term. The remaining term is 4x square plus 4x plus 1. Okay, this is of the form 6, that is 2x plus 1 whole square form it is. Okay, a plus b whole square. A square is 2x whole square is 4x square. B square is 1 square, that is 1. 2ab, 2 into that is 4x. So this is of the form 4x square plus 4x plus 1 can be written as this form. So this is derivative of this function f of x. So here it is cube, but its raised to the power of this function should be either 300, 3000. What we could do to that? By using binomial theorem, it can very lengthy process. Thus, so this is of the form, we know that here this is one function, this is one function. This is combination of two functions. This function can be written as, first let us take, let us take what is the function? I can take g of x as a 2x plus 1. G of x as a 2x plus 1, and h of x, this is of the form, I can take h of x, I can take this form as x cube form. This is x cube. This is a combination of function. This is one, this is said to be x cube. Instead of x, what is the function? Remaining function 2x plus 1. Okay. Then already we know that this is we put g of x equal to what is the composition of function? The composition of function should be f of x is h of t. So f of x should be can put g of x, that is 2x plus 1 equal to t. 2x plus 1 is equal to t in this function. So what is that? Here f of x is equal to t cube. F of x is equal to that is h of t, that is t cube. F of x is nothing but h of t. H of t is equal to t cube. H of t is equal to t cube. Okay. Then this function should be, already we know that. This is equation number 1. So what I can do that? So take f of x. So f of x. Then f dash of x should be this function. F dash of x should be what I can get. This whole function should be taken as x. That is x cube form. X cube is nothing but 3 into x square. That is 2x plus 1 its whole square. Instead of x, what is there? This is the standard function. The derivative of 2x plus 1 is 2. Is clear that? The derivative of with respect to d by dx of this term. D by dx of 2x plus 1 term. Is clear that? So that is equal to what is that? Take 3 as it is. 2x plus 1 whole square as it is. 2x plus 1 whole square as it is. Instead of x, this is not a standard form. This is 3x square form. Is it that? This is f of x equal to x cube form. What is the derivative of x cube is? 3 into x square. Instead of x, what is that? We can derivative once. That is 2x plus 1. Okay. So what is the derivative of 2x plus 1 is 2. So this should be 6 into 2x plus 1 whole square. This is equation number 2. This is also same. By expanding the function with derivative, the derivative of function is also same. Then directly apply the composite method. So that is also same. Is clear that? So here this can be written as, the f dash of x can be written as, this is 3x square. 3x square is nothing, that is dh by dt. That is dh by dt with respect to dt by dx. Is clear that? dh by dt is nothing but, what is our h? H is said to be x cube. H is said to be x cube. That is nothing but t cube. T cube is nothing but 3t square. This can be written as again 3 into t square. Here 3 into the 2x plus 1 should be t square. 3 into t square with respect to derivative of t should be 1. Derivative of t should be 1. Is clear that? So again here we can take 2. So this is composite function. Is clear that? It is very simple method, students. I can take one example. So directly I can take one example. This is clarified. So here let us take another example, that is y is equal to sine of x square. Already we know that in continuity chapter, y equal to sine x square. This is of the form sin x is one function and x square is one function. So I can take what we have to show that dy by dx equal to, first treat as this is sine of standard function x. What is the derivative of sine x? We apply the derivative of sine x should be cos x. Cos x. X should be x square. Okay. Then instead of standard function, what is there? X square. So again, this is one combination of function. Again, differentiate this function. That is d by dx of x square. Okay. The next step should be cos of x square into d by dx of x square should be 2x. This is the answer. One more question. Very simple question it is. Okay. The theory should be bit confusing, but examples are very easy. Okay. So this is combination of function. What is that? That here sin x is also one function and x square is also one function. Is clear that? Here the derivative of sin x should be cos x. Derivative of sin x should be cos x. Derivative of x square should be 2x. Is clear that? Instead of sin x, what is there? This is x square. So answer is cos x square into the standard function derivative is 2x. This is the answer. So in previous example, so what is that? 2x plus 1 whole cube. That is also why we can take here also dy by dx equal to, first see the standard form. What is the standard form? X cube form it is. Here 2x plus 1 one function and x cube is another function. This is combination of two functions. Here this function can be written as x cube. What is the derivative of x cube? 3x square. So this is taken as x, that is 3 into x square. What is your x? 2x plus 1 whole square. Then with respect, what is this function? With respect to d by dx of 2x plus 1. d by dx of 2x plus 1. So that is equal to 3 into 2x plus 1 whole square, and derivative of 2x plus 1 is 2. Derivative of 2x plus 1 is 2. So this is a derivative of composite function or the by using chain rule. The chain rule is very difficult. Leave that concept. So again, this rule. This is very easy. This is very easy method. Okay, student. So this is derivative of composite function. Okay, write down this is simple example. So here find the derivative of the function tan of 2x plus 3 sine of cos of x square. This is combination of two function. This is combination of three functions. This is derivative of composite function. So we solve these examples. That is very easy. See concentrately. So here I can take the first one. Let us take this function should be y is equal to tan of 2x plus 3. Tan of 2x plus 3. Okay, here derivative of this function should be. So first you take, this is of the form tan, this whole function should be taken as x. So this is of the form tan x form it is. This is said to be tan x. What is the derivative of tan x? Sec square x. First we can write. So the derivative will get dy by dx is equal to, what is the derivative of tan function? The derivative of, first we can write tan x. What is the derivative of tan x? Then instead of x, what is the function? Then differentiate that function. So derivative of tan x should be sec square x. Sec square, what is your x? X should be 2x plus 3. So this is not a standard form. Then instead of x, what is that? 2x plus 3 is there. So again derivative this function, that is d by dx of this function should be 2x plus 3. Okay. So then again this function keep as it is. Here there is no derivative function. Sec square 2x plus 3. Okay. Then what is the derivative of 2x? Derivative of 2x should be 2. Then derivative of 3 should be 0. Okay. So the answer should be 2 into sec square 2x plus 3 is the answer. Very simple. It is one more question. First keep the function should be in terms of standard. Tan x form. Derivative of tan x is sec square x. Instead of x, what is there? 2x plus 3. Again differentiate this function. Okay. So this is the way. And in this example, second one here, not a problem. One function, two function, more than three function, four function. We solve procedure step by step. This procedure, apply this procedure. Okay. See that. So here, this is of the form y is equal to sine of cos of x square. Sine of cos of x square. First, keep in your mind, this is of the form sin x. the whole function should be taken as x. Then again instead of x, with derivative again once. Okay, so here what is the derivative of this function? Dy by dx equal to, what is the derivative of sin x? This whole function should be taken as x. What is the derivative of sin x? Is cos x. Cos of, what is your x? X should be cos, so this is cos x square. Cos of x square. Cos of x square. Is clear that sin of this whole function should be x. Derivative of sin x is cos x. Instead of x, what is there? Cos of x square. Instead of x, differentiate this function again. That is d by dx of cos x square. Cos x square. Is clear that this function keep as it is. Cos of cos x square keep as it is here. Here also derivative of this of the form cos x form. This is not x, this is x square. Again, this is combination of two function. So here derivative of cos x is sin minus sin x. What is the derivative of cos x function? Minus. So this came written as minus sin of x square with respect to d by dx of x square. Is clear that? So first of all, this is sin x form. Derivative of sin x is cos x. Instead of x, cos x is there. Again, derivative this composite function d by dx of this function. So keep this function as it is, cos of cos x square. Then again derivative of, this is of the form cos x form. Again this is composition of two function. This is cos x. The derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Instead of x, what is there? X square. Again differentiate this function, x square. Is clear that? This is one single term last. Then again derivative. So this will become, so minus sin take outside. This is minus cos of cos x square into sin x square into derivative of x square is 2x is the answer. It's clear that here only two functions are there. Here more than two functions or more than three functions, more than five functions are there. So our pressure should be same. First we can take sin standard form x. Derivative of sin x is cos x. Instead of x, what is there? The composite function. Derivative this composite function. Derivative of cos x square d by dx of cos x square. Okay. Then again d by dx of cos x square is, keep this function as it is. There is no change. Here d by dx of cos x square is there. Here also combination of two function. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Instead of x, what is there? X square. Again derivative of this function. Derivative of this composition function. Derivative of x square. Then this is final. This is one single polynomial term. Then derivative of x square is 2x square. It's clear that this is the procedure. Okay. So read carefully. If you have any doubt, ask me. Okay. Write on these examples.